Woodyard. I have a new saw. It is the Husqvarna 564, and I am at Modern Rentals, and I'm with Craig, the owner, and this is your first shipment.
You were the first phone call. We did get a very small percentage of our order. We're going through our list and contacting customers to come pick it up.
And obviously you ordered a bunch, but you're going to get them in waves.
They're coming in waves, and the first couple just did come.
So this is not a rep saw. This is not your display saw. This is an actual customer saw.
This is Chris Carlson's saw.
Well, mine's in the box.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Mine's
yours is in the box underneath.
This is one you just set up so we could have one to show.
Yep.
But yeah, it's the new 564, and you fired this one up, and you said it took off right away.
Yep.
And then we're going to take mine out of the box. We're going to put the same bar. We're going to put a light bar on it, 24-inch bar, and we're going to make sure it works. And then over the next couple days, you're going to see a bunch of videos with it, because I'm going to try to do a bunch of them right away. So I'm going to do some cutting today yet when I get back. That'll be tomorrow's video. Right now, we're just going to talk about that they're here. So you've got a few in, and they're all sold.
A very few. They're all spoken for. Chris, yours is, well, it's going to be the first one going out. And then we'll, as Modern Rentals we always do, we'll gas, oil, prep, run, make sure everything's working as it should, and well, it's the way we can guarantee a satisfied customer when they leave.
So that's something you guys do that a lot of, like, say, box stores don't do. You guys make sure everything's working. You have a checklist you have to go through, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And that's called a what?
A PDI, pre-delivery inspection form.
Right.
They have separate ones for every product in their lineup.
Right.
Zero turns, tractors, chainsaws, trimmers, etc. But it kind of always keeps us a little separate than a box store. As anybody that's ever bought anything out of a box, some things, either parts are missing or it doesn't work as it should. So we verify that before it leaves the store every time.
So when people leave, they know they've got a tool that's ready to go.
You go right to the woods.
Yep. Whip, that's what you want. And you're obviously setting it all up, so you're mounting the bar, you're mounting the chain, starting it up, fueling it up, making sure it fires off.
Yep.
Going through the...
And then walking through the end user to customer operations, startup procedures, chainsaws, chain tensioning, pretty much how to do all your maintenance as needed, as well as keep the machine running as it should, keeping yourself safe while you do it.
Right. And obviously you guys have everything here. You're a complete dealer. You're the biggest dealer in the state.
Correct. Yep.
And a lot of people don't know that. You guys sell more saws here than pretty much any other dealer.
Pretty much, yeah. I can't see their numbers or whatever, but our Husky reps tell us that, we're still number one.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's not just chainsaws, it's their whole product line.
Right.
So like I said, zero turns.
So now we're going to get people that ask me on the channel, because I get this often, is that you guys have them here, and obviously you're in Ripon, Wisconsin, so if they want to come, you'd rather have them come here to get it. Can you ship them out, and do you want to?
We can, and we do. The 564s just being limited stock incoming. Right. I'd rather walk the customer through directly. Operations, it was a little bit different. It's our first fuel injected saw. Not first one on the market, but Husqvarna's first saw. Right. So no, I feel comfortable of setting it up and walking you through.
And that's something you guys do
from start to finish.
You do different than most other places, is that you actually want to help the customer. You're not here just to throw them the saws they drive by. And
everybody has different skill sets. Not trying to be disregarding or rude to anybody, but if you deny it, that's fine. You're very comfortable, that's great. If you're not, I'd rather you be safe and feel comfortable when you leave the store.
Well, the reason I like to come here is your repairs. I am not a mechanic. I can change a bar, sharpen my own chain, I can clean out the filter. Beyond that, I don't really want to do anything.
Maintenance. Yep.
I do regular maintenance, and I bring it to you guys so that if I got a problem where something's not right, I don't want to spend a half a day trying to figure it out.
Sure, absolutely.
My time's more valuable to do other things. And
you're 100% right.
Kind of like I always tell people, I own a drill, but I don't work on my own teeth.
Fair enough. Exactly.
I go to a dentist.
No, I mean, everybody has different skill sets, and you're 100% right. Your time has value to what you're good at.
It's not what I'm good at, what I would rather do.
Time has value.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And I don't actually care who the manufacturer is, if it has a moving part on it, or hand put together, or even computerized or robots. If it has a wear part, it will break or wear out at some point.
Right.
And that's what we do.
now
Sell the
this-
product as well as 100% through to the end.
Right. So now this saw has been in the works for how long? You first heard about this like a year ago, correct?
About a year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
My understanding, it's been overseas, Europe. They do a lot of their new product testing overseas, Sweden. Kind of put it in the markets that they're going to be used in.
Right.
And they do a lot of their product testing and development from there.
Right.
Generally doesn't come stateside here until about a year after its actual initial production.
Right. And everything that I've seen so far, everything that's been over in Europe that people have been running them, and professional loggers that have been using them, they are very impressed.
They are, yeah. Power to weight ratio is number one. Actually, when we had our demo here a couple months ago, pretty cold outside that day, if I remember right. Not just power to weight ratio, is the throttle response was amazing,
Right.
Especially for felling and stuff like that. I think it's going to be more favorable to use.
Right. And the whole thing that I see with this saw, and this is just me, for an average guy that maybe has a saw or two now, and if they want to upgrade, and I get questions all the time, like, if you had to pick just one saw, I lean more towards the bigger saws just because I want to cut faster.
Yep.
But for an average person, this is really going to be right in the sweet spot.
Yeah, it covers so many bar lengths compared to some of the smaller saws are limited up to 18 inch. Some of the larger saws you can actually probably go down to a 20 inch, but you're not going to want to carry that weight all day.
Right.
So no, this kind of fits that sweet spot a lot better.
Right, and when I compared it, because when we were here that day, it was 2 months ago, if you guys want to check those videos out, we've got them here, and Rick was here from Husqvarna Santa Saws, and I ran a tank through this saw, not this saw, but one of these saws, and I compared it side by side with the 572 that you had here, and it was like, I think you had a 372 also. I think we had a couple different ones, and it was like really close. I mean,
ran it head to head to 372. Another one of my customers, that's his go-to.
Right,
that's the
right.
only saw he runs. And then lots of them. Has his own business and everything through tree felling and removal. They were very apples. That was a big concern question that we had before they even came out. What's the fuel consumption going to be? A competitor is known not to be the greatest in fuel consumption.
Thirsty girl, I call it. Thirsty girl.
Correct. From which is little experience thus far, but the experience we have, it's apples.
Yeah, and I couldn't run, when I had that one day, I was running, I couldn't run it out. It was like, I was getting tired of,
Right.
I wanted to run out, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going. We finally ran it out, so it's very fuel efficient. That's what my first impression was. The other thing that a lot of people question about a saw like this is they want to know about, the Autotune.
Yep.
And the first versions that came out years ago
I think
were not
2013.
fantastic. They had work
They had
to
some
do.
hiccups,
And they did a whole bunch. There's multiple generations of software improvement and their electronics. And I get asked all the time, like, don't you like working on your own saws? No, I don't want to work on my saws. I want to work with my saws.
Correct.
And the Autotunes just work. They just work.
This is technically it's separate or different than Autotune, but the Autotune is a electronically controlled carburetor. Compensates for four things: environmental mostly, fuel quality, air quality, elevation, which generally not a factor here to Wisconsin, but then ambient temperature as well. So it's always going to try to run itself at peak performance, even if your maintenance is a little lacking or whatnot. But it's always software updatable. Anytime we plug into it, we can either say yes or no to update the software, because they're always doing advancements. When you brought up the first 1 and 2 generation of Autotune, I believe it was only in the 550 as our first saw with Autotune. They did have a few hiccups. They were amazing on repairing them, giving us and customer warranty and covering the balance or any costs that came with it. But I think since 2015, we have no issues.
Yeah, I had some of the first 576s. I had 2 of those.
Oh, sure.
And they were good, but then when I went to the 572 when they came out,
Yep.
you could tell it was better.
Chain speed, throttle response, just all around adapting to your environment.
Right.
They do their job.
Right. So I'm kind of excited to get this thing running. So I'll pull this one out of here, and we'll pull. This is going to another customer.
Correct.
And we're going to take this out, set it down. We're going to actually take mine out of the box here. We pop it open. And some people don't know this. This saw also comes available in the G series, which is the heated handlebars, which eventually I want to get one of those too. But this is what you've got now, so that's what I'm going to use.
Best of my knowledge, there are none of the G models heated grips sent out yet
Eventually,
or available yet. They are coming. I do notice here they come with a spare or additional set of dogs. As you can see, coming out of the box, it's just got engine side dog.
Yep. And so then this is a double set, so you're going to have a side mount.
So you have your clutch side dogs as well as motor side, and they are larger.
Yes, yeah, which I've always wanted. So we'll talk about that later on another video. We'll try that out. But for right now, this is it. There it is. That's light.
Oh yeah.
Light. And I am putting a 24-inch light bar on it, and the X-Cut chain. This is the C83, which I think I've used one of these in the past.
I believe you have. I know I've set up a couple of your saws with the X-Cut. If you're unfamiliar with the X-Cut, Husqvarna made, not made by a company or aftermarket, like previous. Pre-stretched. I don't know the science behind it, but a harder chromium plating to the chisel itself, the head, so it stays sharper longer, and then, like I said, pre-stretched.
That I have noticed when I sharpen. I use a Dremel rotary tool a lot of times for sharpening.
Yep.
And when I do hand file occasionally, you can tell it's a little harder steel.
It
just seems like you can feel it.
On the Dremel style or powered sharpening, you're probably not going to feel it, but a hand file, you're going to feel a little more drag.
Yeah.
And then, as always, if you're using a power sharpener, just be cautious of your temperature. You glaze over that chisel, you can lose some temper.
I find that I keep my the rotary speed on the bit as fast as possible. You're in and out so quick.
Correct.
I literally can take my hand and set it on there, and it's. I wouldn't say it's hot, but you can hold your hand on it and go, yep, but it's not getting to the point where it's like
losing its temper.
You're right, you're not turning it red.
Don't do that. It won't hold an edge very long.
No, but yeah, it's a nice light little head. Seems like it's...
Well, it's a 70cc saw in a 50cc chassis, essentially.
Right. It seems very light.
Power to weight ratio is only like itself in the market. There's nothing similar. We are recommending either 24-inch, possibly even a 24-inch, and then up to probably a 28-inch.
I myself like 24s. It's a nice all-around size.
It's going to be pretty well balanced in that aspect too. Although if you go with a lightweight bar, you're going to feel even more balance. Apologize, I don't know how many grams or ounces less than a traditional bar, but you're not sacrificing any strength or anything. You're just sacrificing weight, which is generally a value. But no, we've noticed a huge influx on sales.
I love the light bars.
On the light bars.
Because I've got some with and some without, and when I see the one sitting there that doesn't have the light bar, I'll grab the other one.
It's just more comfortable to use. It's just better
and
balance.
When you hold it,
you
hold it just stays level. Where you get the regular full steel bar, you get that little tip to it.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but if you're cutting all day long, lifting that saw, especially if you're cutting brush and limbing, it definitely makes a big difference.
Less fatigue equals more safety.
So now people are going to want to know the list. You've got a list started, and if people want to get on the list, they should call you and get on.
You can call, get in on a list. We have some people on the list from out of state, a couple from, I think New Jersey, one from Oregon. I assume they're calling every dealer that they can find and getting on a list, and first come, first
Well, I've
serve.
had people that see me here doing videos and they're like, if they're the place, I'm fine buying from them.
You've helped us out tremendously. Hence, you're the first phone call to come pick your 564 up.
I did, as soon as I heard rumored that it was coming,
You
I
were on the
called
list
right
before
away.
then.
And I got on the
absolutely.
list. So.
Yeah, I'd say we're just going through our list as the saws come in.
So over the next couple days, I'm going to do several videos. I'm going to do one this afternoon yet. That'll be like probably tomorrow's video the next day. Actually using, I'm going to cut some, I got a couple dead ash trees I'm going to cut up. And then I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons with the 572, the 592, and just kind of try them on. I'm going to do a series of things just to kind
Absolutely.
of give you
Right.
the audience a feel for, because I run enough saws to kind of know what I like and don't like.
Absolutely.
And I'm usually pretty much, if I don't like something, I'll tell you. Like the one thing I don't like, and I've mentioned this many times, I don't like small single set dogs. So that will be a video I will do where I'll put both the bigger sets on here because I like the bigger dogs. And
Absolutely.
I was saying now that we're cutting a lot of dead ash and a lot of
Bark
dead
is scaling off.
oak.
And,
Yeah, you need to be able to dig in a little bit.
Absolutely.
And, I've always thought that the dogs could have been more.
Oh, they always can be. I mean, there's quite a bit of money to be made in buying just aftermarket dogs.
Sure,
to start
yeah, but
with.
it comes with
But
them.
they come in a box with them.
So we'll do that.
And you should be able to lay into it pretty good, as we did in
yeah.
the first product testing. It took quite a bit to snuff her
Yeah,
out.
you can snuff out any saw. I've got
exactly.
the 592, and if I really reef on it, I can snuff it out.
It will, yeah.
I got a couple 3120s, and if I really reef on it, you can kind of get it to stop.
I was going to say, if you're slowing down a 3120, you're
well, that's
really
because
laying into her.
well, I got a 5-foot bar and a 42-inch bar, and so
Just like this one here.
yeah, that big boy over there.
A couple of 6-foot bars coming in within a week.
Really?
Yeah, we've had a couple requests. Although,
and it's a Husqvarna bar.
yep.
Really? I didn't
Branded
know they made
Husqvarna. I don't know if they have anything bigger than 72-inch at the moment, but
It's when you put it on the 3120 and you got that big bar. I weighed it; it was 42 pounds. You don't just pick it up. I mean, you gotta
No.
yeah. It's kind of like you set it in.
it's not a two-man saw, but it's close.
It's darn close. But when we were cutting with it, the few times I've used it on some really big trees, is we started the cut so that we could put the bar into it and then go. Because otherwise, you can't physically hold it.
For felling. It's a chore for sure.
Yeah, it's not a saw that you want to run all day. It's like a half a tank saw and take a break.
You wish I had a smaller gas tank, that's for sure.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, I've used one once with a 60-inch bar and for felling cottonwood, and I was tired.
Oh yeah. It'll
But
eat,
it's
though.
the only saw out there that'll do what it does.
Yeah. I've talked to a couple guys that do milling of logs.
Alaskan mills and
Yeah.
stuff, great saw for that.
Yeah, a guy I talked to, he had the other saw. He had an 880, I think the older one, not the 881, the 880 that still makes, and he
Yep.
had a 3120, and he was running both of them. And I said, which one do you like better? He says, well, I prefer the Husqvarna because it starts all the time. And he said, it just seems to be steady runner. He said, that was him talking. He
Right,
says
right.
he preferred, and he wanted to buy another one. He says, I want to get rid of the 880. So
They're-
that was a guy
they're
that had
tough.
both.
There's a tough one to justify per se. Having one in your garage, you're gonna want to use it.
Yeah.
But the torque.
Oh, yeah.
They're unmatched.
I consider these saws are like the 592. It's kind of like a crotch rocket
That's a
motorcycle.
race car. Yeah.
And then the 3120 is kind of like a Harley. It's just
Oh yeah. No, that's a great analogy. That's spot on. It's not going to have the RPMs, but it's going to have all the power you
got
need.
all the power you want. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like holding a motorcycle.
No, exactly. Then say the 592s do pretty good on Alaskan mills. We've sold quite a few for that. Even a 585 will turn a 36-inch bar pretty comfortably.
So there you go. Here it is. We're going to put this together, and I'm going to go home and make another video for you guys. that's all we got for today, folks. If you want to watch some more stuff, we got lots more videos coming out with this saw, so we'll be seeing you then. Till then, good night, Irving.